All right,
So
we're now
are you
live
part
with
of
the
the
after show.
teams?
Recording started. Lake's just jumped right into that intro. Go ahead now, start talking. I gotta
Okay, so
grab a beer.
I was actually hoping one of y'all would actually pop into GameBox, but sadly, no such luck. Goons, how did you end up on Flock of Eagles? Let's go ahead and get that out there. I mean, share with the community. I will wait. In the meantime, Lake, what are you playing lately? We haven't like played
Dude,
League of Legends or anything.
I have been like playing League on the back end. To be honest, dude, I've been extremely busy. I ended up getting that house right by the beach, setting up to pack up, moving money around because, I mean, dude, in Hawaii, right, you have to pay first month rent, last month rent, or security deposit, and it ends up like to move into a place like $5,000 up front. So it's a little bit of a juggling match trying to make that kind of money just free up. So I've been super busy, like taking care of business and doing some manly shit, as my wife would say.
Let's yeah, I've been doing a lot of housework as well, actually. Buying a house is always a fun task. Let's bring Yanwei. I'm gonna actually ask him how he pronounces that. Can you? I don't have admin, do I? Yeah, sure do. Yanwei, you are currently locally muted, so there we go. Go ahead. You're live. For better or for worse. We can hear you. I think he's working on like a
Hi there.
voice. Hey, I didn't know whether you're going to be like working on a voice masking system or something.
Nah,
There we go.
I have it pushed to talk, so.
All right. Oh yeah, guys. Also, Golden Glory. Head over to twitch.tv/MMORPG, or hang out with us because we're fun and not them. All right. Yanwei is going to catch us up with all of the happenings of Goon Squad.
By the way, I'm sorry that I just can't behave myself. Even in chat, Twitch chat, I'm just sitting here watching you guys, and I'm just like saying dumb things the entire time. I don't know.
It's
I mean-
okay. I actually appreciate majority of your posts on that one thing. Like I was up a storm, bro, on my phone, like clicking, like, yeah, man, he's got my back. Like I was like, yo, I was about to pull like the Eminem verse that I use every time when I'm like trolling somebody and someone's helping out is fuck it, I'll let homegirl finish you off, and then when he's around the lunch truck area. Like I was getting ready to drop that specifically for you because you were poning them for me, so.
Yeah, I don't know. I just I try not to take things too seriously. And that thread, there was actually a lot of good posts in the thread. And despite the fact that I said I didn't read an entire post, I actually read nearly every post in the thread. But I thought it was funnier to say that.
You've got almost like what 1,200 posts. I mean,
I thought you were
might-
really serious
you
in that thread that whole time.
You might have some of the forum stuff down pat.
Yeah, I don't know. I just post really badly and try to make myself laugh, and that's my goal.
It works for me. So how did you end up on Flock of Eagles? Like
Yeah.
I know that for every game, SA usually has a big thread. I believe it took like 17 pages or 27 pages to get mentioned on it for myself personally. But how did you guys end up on Flock of Eagles?
Well, there were a few reasons. So the first thing is there are multiple guilds with FOE. I think Flames of Exile right now. Fist of the Empire is probably going to be coming. So first of all, we just thought we'd step on some toes that way. We had Blazing Zero. He's a guild member, and he actually made some signatures that looked exactly like the Flames of Exile signatures, and we took those. And right now, I think we have ones that look like Ascendants. I'm not sure, but basically, the reason we picked that guild name is because the devs were always talking about how all the players are eagles, and then sometimes they were talking about how you needed to flock together and get your friends to donate to the game, things like that. So basically, we tried to come up with the most ironic name we could, and eagles don't flock, but we're a flock of eagles.
Hey, you know what? It works. It works for me. I got a kick out of seeing I think like 3 or 4 FOE threads go up on the forums, and I don't know how many of those were ironic and how many of them were real at this point. I've kind of, I keep a pretty close eye on the forums myself.
I have no idea what you're talking about now, by the way.
Yeah, so honestly, there's like,
he doesn't have a mini map.
yeah, there were enough threads put up about FOE related guilds as their tag that I quit caring at all. Like I tracked the first one, which was the Flock of Eagles, and then after that I was like, well, I mean, guys, go have fun. And sometimes I feel like that on the forums is, it's just, you know what, guys, go have fun. Go play.
What I want from everybody in this, in the game and on the forums is to just have a good time.
Well, that's really important. And, we talk about a lot of the features of Crowfall and, the competitiveness and, coming from Lords of the Dead, where we do take a serious approach to gaming in the fact that we enjoy winning. It's always been an easy target for a lot of people to say, look at these guys, they enjoy winning so much, and they have to follow these rules and all this stuff. It's like
group of tryhards.
Yeah, right. At the end of the day, if you're not having fun, I mean, why? And I mean that's one of the big reasons why Crowns and Crows has been able to continue going as long as it has. Is Dragon Lake and I we'll just hang out even after the after show. We'll have the after show, and it's usually just us talking about whatever gaming related stuff.
Well, you don't understand. Like we do a pre-show where we hop on about a half hour before the show goes on, discuss kind of the things that we've been talking about since the last show, because we have our own collaborative systems where we kind of chat throughout the week about what's going on in the forums or what about updates, that type of deal. And we have an after show where we talk about what we just discussed on the after show. And I have to tell these guys to shut up because like it'll be like
it's
a quarter.
It's like a weekly thing.
Yeah, it'll be like a 7:45, 8 o'clock, and they're like, we had this update, and like I think this. Did you hear that forum post? Whatever. I'm like, dudes, just shut up. Save it for the show. I mean, it just goes to show that we do have fun with the game and all the other stuff. So I mean, I think Valor's gotten a lot of hate email about me on the forums about how I act, which is great for me because people just take me way too seriously at times, and I don't come off as a jovial person like you, way, but I don't know what it is. Everybody doesn't know how to have fun on the internet, I guess.
Dragon, if you're getting hate email, it means you're doing your post right.
Exactly.
I've received and honestly, I was a little bit surprised. I have received no less than 3 different emails, not like private messages, not people just in chat, emails, long drawn out emails explaining how we should be acting like a more professional podcast, such as other podcasts that they listen to. I'm a little baffled. I mean,
I don't know any other professional podcast.
I don't listen to podcasts, so maybe I'm just way out of line here. But I mean, this is literally 3 guys talking about a game
that's not even out yet.
And half the time there's not even anything new to talk about. So we literally generate our
own content.
Conversation.
Well, remember that first week we started doing the topics. You were all worried about, should I do a trolley subject or what? And you got so much hate for how dare you talk about stuff on a forum on the internets.
Yeah, it was
ridiculous.
It was a little ridiculous, and I get the point. People get tired of. It's easy for people to pick up on the news, the grab lines. And, I can understand why people are really protective of their forums and their general discussion. But, come on, guys. Lighten up. Exactly. There's going to be like 20, 30 people who take the bait. Let them go have fun. Why do you have to get in? I saw an EK thread today. What was that EK thread today? That was in the general discussion.
I don't know.
It was,
I didn't click on that.
I know, right? It was posted by...
While you're looking for that, dude, I can't have fun, man. I can't look at those forums and not grab my keyboard and smash it on my face. over and over again. Like,
How do you really
I know
feel?
some people are having fun, like I was saying, like I was laughing at majority of the memes and stuff, but like when some people, I don't know if they're trolling or if they're just literally that dense that they just cannot figure out the words that are being typed. Like, I'm not even speaking to them, so they can actually read it as slow as possible and sound out every word. I can't. That's why I stay away from the forums, and I have so little posts, is because I don't go on there and post regularly. Because I
Yeah, you do.
No,
Valor's threads last 5 days now. I mean, you can
Well,
you go
I
on
only
there and
did-
live in that shit.
I only lived in there that one. Look at all the other threads. Like, I've stayed away from them. The last time I
Oh,
had,
they're all
a little-
useless.
I had to go around with whoever. But like me, dude, I suck that bait up. And I don't know if these dudes are doing it on purpose or if they're just like not that smart. I guess if I'm politically correct here. They have receptors that just don't work that well. It just drives me freaking bonkers, dude, and I can't deal with it. Like, I'd rather just like get information from Valor. Like, yo, Valor, tell me the skinny on this week, because if I go on those forums, I just like facepalm myself over and over again with the amount of stupidity. And it's not
switch
like
flips. A switch flips.
dude,
and
I
Lake's
just see
like,
red. I just see red.
Well, we
man.
should just
Like,
have Yangwei come in the after show every single week and give us the update, because apparently he lives in every single thread on the forums. I just clicked that one at random. I was going to, Lakes, do you want to join a TeamSpeak community? The guy just set up a TeamSpeak so you could come on and chat about Crowfall. And the first
man.
post in that thread is Yangwei saying that he's a complete custard wad. I don't know what that word is for.
custard?
Well, no, I'm assuming he said like asshole or something like that, and the forum changed the word to custard wad.
Yeah, so it was definitely a filter.
Oh, and of course Primal has to follow it up because he's on every single post also.
Like, I honestly, Yahweh, maybe you can speak to this. Is there a special forum for people who have too many posts?
There is a secret private message, secret
I knew
in
it.
quotes,
I knew it.
with 6 people on it, and we do make fun of people.
I knew it.
You
I
have
knew
to
it.
have a post count of 500 per week.
Have you made it into Viking Super Elite IRC channel? That's the other.
I
That's the other
feel
question.
like that is the group of Hello Kitty followers.
Do we know what that is? Do we know
Dude,
what's on there?
all I know is like he keeps on talking about how he owns people in IRC and all this like random shit, and it's like, bro, I've read your post. You are the most densest. Like you're on fucking heavy, dude. I can't even squat that. Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I know I'm overstaying, so I'll probably get out of here pretty quick. But as far as the IRC goes,
It's a nice way of saying I'm bored of this already.
Yeah, I mean, really.
no, I just don't overstay. But as
If you
far
want to
as the
stay,
IRC
it's
goes,
the after show. You can stay for the whole damn thing.
we
You
had
can leave
taken
right
it
now.
right for, like,
It doesn't make a
15
difference.
minutes.
If you want to stay on, it's the after show. There's no rules.
All right, what else? Yeah, basically the IRC is on QuakeNet, and it's basically a bunch of people doing racial slurs the whole time. And
What's the channel? What's the channel? Is it Crowfall game?
Can we rate it?
Oh,
It's
just
just
Can we rate
Crowfall.
it? Like, am I qualified to step into the realm of the super elite yet, or do I have to like prove myself and get a bunch of like hammers?
Oh, they're
and
talking about us right now.
smash.
No
the
way.
Viking, you know?
I just dropped in and said, and I have Troll OP says it's claiming it's super elite. So I'm assuming. The
Yeah,
referencing us.
Troll OP is the guy you're actually talking about. It's the same guy.
Oh my
That's
god.
the Viking nail, dude.
Yeah, it is. And he's also Michael Flatley.
Oh, here.
No way.
And
That's Michael Flatley.
Yeah, that's
Viking
Michael.
nail.
this
Yeah,
is
it
just
is.
too much fun.
Oh my god, dude! He baited me so hard, man. Fuck, I'm staying up to that on the forums, dude. It's Michael Flatley. Fuck. Fuck him. He's probably purposely not listening to anything I said and just
Oh, yeah.
like typed a bunch of words.
Who's Michael Flatley?
Dude, he watches our stream all the time. Like, he's a cool dude, says some really cool things in chat, and I really feel like he fished me so hard, bro.
And
Did he
I
just
feel
spend $5 to like come
I
on
feel
the
like I
forum
was
and debate you?
catfished. I was freaking catfished beyond belief.
oh,
That
man.
thread, you got trolled pretty hard.
I thought he was just literally not smart.
I mean, like, I think I might have gotten 25% trolled, but I didn't really take the bait. I don't know. The whole thread was kind of dumb.
For me, it's it gives me something to do whenever I need something to do. So,
which is all day, every day?
No, I mean, you'll see.
Valor doesn't have a
I'll
job.
go away for like 2 or 3 hours. I'll come back. I'll see
3 hours.
I'll see dragons posted 5 times in a row, and I'll be like, well, I guess our work's done here.
Well, I would pop on and be like, I haven't posted in this thread all day. There's a lot of stupid things going on, so I must get them all riled up and say more stupid things.
I have to be honest, I didn't realize this topic was actually for your stream, and I probably would have shit it up a little bit less had I known that.
You shit it up really good, though. You
Dude,
and Last
so
Girl
hard.
rocked that shit out.
Dude, Last Girl, I don't even know if that's a girl, but applaud. Dude, she was on top of, immediately after I would type something, she was on top of it, counter-trolling the fuck out of this dude.
I
Like,
basically
beyond belief.
read half of her posts because some of them were like way too much text.
Look who finally showed up.
Primal, what's up, dude? So DR would like to join the conversation. He's above us, so when we're ready, we'll drag him in.
Drag him in. I don't care.
Yeah.
I have IRC on the stream, by the way, just so you know.
Oh.
I don't know if you've taken a look at it. There's nothing going on in there.
Nothing, absolutely nothing. They're super secret things. Probably like 10 people all from the same Shadow Bane community from, forever ago. DR, welcome. You're not muted. You're good to go.
He doesn't know how to use Gamebox. It's another one.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, it seemed pretty straightforward. It worked relatively well.
Oh, man.
Hey,
There he is.
There we go.
I think he's dying.
Yeah, make sure you got the stream muted.
Hello?
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 First time caller, long time listener.
I like somebody. Hello?
Like somebody. Oh, it's so good.
Oh my god. And hey guys, diminishing returns. If you want more of that, make sure to follow him on Twitch.
Oh, be here next week, dude.
Oh man. Hardcore IRC. All right. So
I asked Hades, I was like, yo, if what happens if LOTD doesn't do good? Like, do I get kicked out for leading them into like the hole or something, or is it like shame on me? I'll just be tossed in the hall of shame. And I'm pretty sure that Hades would just like try to castrate me and then put me on the hall of shame.
Yeah. Let's see. How has Hades handled failure in the past?
Castration and
Usually he just shows up, takes over, kicks you out, and then pretends it never happened. So, like, literally nothing bad ever happens to the person who wasn't doing a very good job. They just don't exist anymore in the history of
You got
our
erased.
community. So there you go. Crop your face. Oh,
Wait, here you go. Here in IRC, Troll says LOTD actually won't do good. So
you know what?
I'm just going to take that away. But there you go. For people that are following at
I
home.
appreciate the fact that somebody knows who we are.
There you go.
Thank you for answering that, Valor, because like instantly click red. And I was like, bro, who the fuck are you, man? Who do you think you are trying to say, bro? You fucking say we're not gonna do good? Like, can you even rap battle? Do you even eat your asparagus or spinach, bro? Bah!
Let's get Lake his own little like ridiculousness show going. Oh man. No, we have fun. We have fun. Where's our Hall of Shame? This always gets people going. I don't even know why.
This is the part of the after show where I start browsing the internet because they're going to start talking about LOTD for like the next half hour.
No, guys, really. Hop on this thread. Enjoy. See if you make an appointment.
What is this? What is this mess?
Man. This
Pink Darth Vader. There's a lot of text. What am I reading here?
There's a lot of text.
Sin.
Sorry, Dragon. We know that you're used to picture books.
I am used to picture books. This is the internet.
No.
So tell me about
I was
Chili.
talking about picture books, not porn.
Go ahead. He had a question.
I think I just killed one of his pictures. Yep, sure did. Dragon, you'll have to call back in. All right,
happened?
go ahead. Ask your question.
Well, Dragon linked this, and I was wanting to know about Chillian. This elder went off the deep end in DAOC.
Oh, Dragon, what you got? Chillian from DAOC?
I don't know I don't know what that is.
Oh, you linked. I don't know. You linked it in the Hall of Shame.
Valor linked that, not me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus, dude, what's wrong with your camera there, buddy?
I must have ended my... so I killed myself.
Yes, you did.
Oh,
Dude, hashtag wrecked. Yellow swag benched. Out of here.
You guys see that haircut up there? Oh, man. Yeah, that's what
They
happens.
now have your IP. You're gonna get DDoSed.
That's what happens when you let your hipster wife decide what kind of haircut you get.
I was going to say something along the lines of that's what happens when you throw on those zebra print shoes.
I don't know.
Get all lined up with that up-down fade.
Those big and those squinty eyes.
Look.
They're ruling me.
Yo, running through those hoses like Drano.
No. No. That's. We gotta isolate that, and every time we get a follower, that's gonna play.
Dude, I'm going to call your wife and tell her to smack you.
First off, you don't have any contact with her. But second, thank you.
That you know of.
How does das know?
Oh, man. Yeah.
All right, so go
found
on
my
about
catch
this
line.
Chilean dude that he was talking about.
Chillian. That's actually a great question for Hades. But if we brought him on the show, we'd have to carve out like 15 to 20 minutes.
You don't say that about Hades,
and
bro.
that's just for him to do his introduction.
one of these days in the after show, you guys should do some history because I know LOTD does have a lot of history, and I love drama. So if you guys had to kick some guild leader out for undermining, that'd be awesome to hear about.
Oh man.
Oh, we have recent history about that.
Oh, we've got so much drama, and the thing is that you never air your dirty laundry, and to some extent that is true. At the same time, I mean, man,
That did happen. Like
we've had
a long time ago.
I honestly, God, I think one guy just had a complete psychiatric breakdown, tried to overthrow everything, and got kicked out. So, I mean, we've ran the gamut. I mean, 20 years. We've seen just about everything. Hades, how he. Oh, so Hades. I think he's going to come on next week, and we can talk about some of the fun drama that a 20-year-old guild has dealt with. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I know Dragon's not the biggest fan of talking about that stuff, but
All right, it's content for the show at this point. I mean, it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
what is he coming on to talk about?
He'll come on and talk about We'll talk about the Hall of Shame. We'll talk about drama. We'll talk about old guilds and how we think we're better than everyone because we are, and just the typical stuff.
Okay, sounds good. Sure, why not?
Your EP's so long, Valor, that it wraps around in between your butt. You gotta chill out, dude.
No. That's why I have the straps down around my knee. You just strap it down. All right. But Hades does say he'll answer any questions people got. So if you feel like bringing it out there, by all
You're
means,
setting yourself up for failure because he's going to answer all the questions you want, and like one person shows up. It's
never
gonna be
know.
crickets.
You never know. Like, there's a lot of people who aren't big fans of LOTD. So, like, honestly, God, if we could get an OCM on this, oh my God. I hope some of the people watching know who OCM is. Literally, he finds a way to construct his own version of history that conflicts with every other person in existence. So I believe they call that delusional. So if you know him, go ahead and pass that along. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. But yes, we got another year before our guild as a whole can actually drink.
All right, so we have Scree, Diminishing Returns, and Eon Way still in this channel. So Scree was like,
Milt's in here too.
and Milt. Scree first said that we should open a drinking game that was like every time you and I say LOTD, Dragon drinks. I think Dragon would
I have no
die.
problem with that.
He has no problem trying. Get rich or die trying.
I'm
The
Irish
second
German. It
part.
takes quite a bit for me to
Here's
go
my
get
response.
under. It's called
It's
the
also
drinking
the world's
stream.
shittiest drinking game.
Well, yes,
Awful.
that too. It's
according
dumb.
to who?
Why don't we play
Everyone in
Flip
the channel
Cup
but
Skype?
you.
Oh Jesus!
All right, so let's see what I think we've done a relatively decent job informing people about the game of Crowfall,
Yes.
and anymore we ask for questions, and for the most part we don't get any questions.
That's because we don't know anything about
There's
the game.
nothing to fucking ask about. That's why you don't get
I
any
know.
questions. Shit.
The only questions we have are for the devs.
This is why
For you.
This is why everyone should go over to the thread Crowns and Crows on the Crowfall forums and respond to the person who asked, Valor,
Go drop something.
why do you need a second season? Well, guys,
We're in the second season right
we've
here.
got nothing to talk about.
Dude, so Milt last week, right? He drew a picture, or whatever, of me on a stick of butter, or the butter thing. And he was like,
Literally.
Wait, does Milt's mic actually work this week again?
well, he put like some kind of weird little voice thing on there.
Twitter.
No, it's me. That's really just me.
Oh god. Oh god.
But
right.
So he's like, "Yo, why didn't you guys talk about it?" And like, I came back home, I seen it, laughed so hard, and then first thing I thought of was butter that bread. So let's talk about that, huh?
Dragon, you're the bread. Guys, have fun.
I'm listening, guys. I'm listening.
I know,
That was totally me.
Yeah. Hades actually brought up another good point. Season 2, the growth of the blue.
We'll make a little progression like
Talk about
sequence.
bread first.
We'll get somebody who needs to like
look,
stitch
all right?
together every single week. Put
working
some
on
like
it, right?
some
It's-
corny like Glee music in the background and have you like transition.
It's blonde. It's red. It doesn't show up real well. It's there. All right.
You know
Please.
how you watch those videos on YouTube where it's all about transitioning from one sex to another. We could just have that for Valor with his beard. It'd be the same thing.
I mean, there you go. It works. LOTD's plans in Crowfall. Well, we're gonna play.
Whatever the game that's there that we don't know about.
We're gonna.
In all honesty, it's probably going to be something like, it's going to be a hard balance, I think, for most guilds in general, especially long-term guilds that have been around for quite a long time, is they start to gather people that may not be as competitive as others. So it's going to be a balance that we're going to have to ensure that the game's fun for everybody, but still have that competitive edge. And I think that's probably going to be something that we're going to work at, and that's our plan into Crowfall, is making it fun for our guildies in our chapter going into Crowfall, and at the same time trying to do good. So if we can do that, then I think we'll be okay.
The key point to succeeding in this game for one of the big communities, at least for your core group of people, because I see this in every single guild, is they get the pre-alpha or the alpha beta burnout. So they play the game, they play it, and they learn it, and then they quit the game 3 weeks later after release.
And that comes through juggling, right? Like if I start to get burnt out, then I'm like, Valor, I'm burnt out, and he'll start to pick up the slack, and then I'll come back and he'll step down. Like, it's a big balancing act, and that's one of the things that you do see a lot is people when they go in the beginning, they get burnt out.
No,
So-
Dragon, you bring up a great point.
Okay,
in
go,
the
sorry.
in the past 5 years, as all of these MMOs came out and communities start recognizing, hey, the earlier we get in, the bigger head start we have, et cetera, et cetera. What we realized is that you're right. We'd have our leadership teams in place, 3 months, 3 or 4, 6 months before the game launched.
Yep.
And by the time the game launched, they were pretty burnt out because they've been playing a worse version of the game that is now
That
out
and the
there.
release version of the game is probably terrible too, so no one really gives a shit
Yeah,
about
and
it anyway.
No surprise.
few games have really launched well, but they expect it to be in launch ready status by the time it launches. When it doesn't, lots of disheartening discontent, and so you see a lot of burnout. And so when we look at how we approach games now, and I encourage this to every community out there, is make sure that you're casual in your approach to it during alpha and beta. Because if you go hard early and you nut too soon, you're going to be worthless, and your community might even fold up depending on what position you hold. And so, I mean, Arcade was an example where we got in, we played really hard for 3 or 4 weeks, a month, and then we said, okay, we got the gist of the game, we know what we're doing. Now, hey, we're just going to kind of coast. People who come, join us, we'll pick up some, bodies here and there, do our thing. Crowfall's going to be the same way. Get in, get used to the game, enjoy the game, and then, take it easy. All right, you don't want to go hard before things really get real. So, make sure that you're doing that if you're heading up any sort of community effort at all. Just take it easy. It's very tempting to be like, oh, we need to be the best in alpha, or else we won't be that great in launch. It doesn't work that way. When you hit launch, you start over.
You're inserting a lot of sexual innuendo in this
Look,
version.
Look,
Alisi didn't say
I don't judge you.
a lot of other things. Like he's
That's true.
inserting and stuff, and we get it, bro. Everybody has a TTP. And we reached that in a record time today, so I think it's
usually
only
Valor.
I think it's only fair, right?
One
It
of
is
us.
Valor
Yeah,
for the most part.
Again, we've got to balance each other out. All right, both of you guys, you're kind of like the slope back mares. All right, and I'm just that stallion. All right.
What's the size of your LTD expected? Do you have any idea how many
Dude, that
people
shit's
are...
classified, baby.
Yeah.
Classified info.
I can't get into it.
I can't milk you on air for details? No?
You
Sorry.
can milk me, but
Does it really matter how big it is at this point? The game's not even in alpha.
What I'll tell you is I'll tell anyone this is base the size of your guild based off of the game and what the game dictates, and go from there. So
They should Ace totally troll you guys and put a guild cap of 50 people per roster, and that's it.
dude, I honestly feel like this is my outside perspective, is if I could grab 50 people from LOTD, nothing against anybody else, but if I could actually fill a roster of 50 people, I would be a million times happier, because then I could grab 50 hardcore people with the like minds, and we can make it work. But the smaller cap actually makes it easier. The bigger caps is what makes it harder for bigger guilds, especially with the stuff that we talked about with the maps and what kind of information could be available, and the command and control, and all that kind of stuff is going to really revolve around what is available within the game. So essentially making it a 50-man cap is going to make it easier for a lot of people.
And that's one of those things that you might have to look at is what if campaigns are actually kind of small. What if Ace
I would
says,
like that. Well, I mean, they're not going to do that, though.
500
But
people is the most a campaign can be, and then Yanwei, you've seen it in
I'd
past
ask them
games.
to hire better programmers at that point.
I mean,
well, no, there's
a
a conscious design effort to keep it small, though. I mean, that could be an actual thing. I mean, if I was designing a PvP game, I would put a server cap on something to prevent guilds from mobbing a certain campaign and making it unfun.
Well, they did indicate that there was a map size variable that they could change in setting up the campaigns, so maybe that's where it comes into play.
I mean, that's just the voxel algorithm that they can make. I mean, essentially, you put in, at least in Unity, you can generate landscapes. You just have to dictate how big the landscape is.
But they're gonna have
You can do
that
it easily.
pre-sign up, right? So the campaign's gonna be launched. They're already gonna know how big the map's gonna be, so that will dictate how many people can actually join the campaign before it's full. So I think that's definitely a possibility as well, because I mean, you may have campaigns that are going to have smaller map algorithms, so then you're going to have less people in them, which is going to appeal to the smaller groups of people that only
That
have
might be kind of fun, though.
5 to 10 people that they play with. And
Lakes,
you
here's your
get into the
tournament
map-
idea. You have the hyper round where the campaign is 1 month long, and the guild's size is limited to only 20 people. boom, you take your elite 20 in.
So
see what you
I
get.
actually wrote an article, or not an article, a thread on the beginning part when we started to talk about some kind of end game, and someone asked me on the forums if I thought that an arena-based system would be
My thread was
feasible.
because
You
it had
did have
more-
a good one.
I had more responses.
Well,
Bigger's better. Clearly,
Right.
that's why people are so concerned about the Zergs.
So
What?
I do like the idea, me personally, of smaller groups of people, and you can only bring in a set amount of people with a set amount of stuff into a campaign and call it good. Meaning that each guild, no matter if you have 100, 200, 300 people, you can only bring in 15 people per guild, and then you put all these great guilds into this map. And now you're 15 of the best people you have versus their 15. Like, that's going to really revolve more around the skill of each individual player than it is other things. Like, you could get masked. And that was one of the things I don't like about leaderboards. Like, what if you do have... or I guess I should say, just because someone may be at the top doesn't mean they're the best. Because leaderboards can lie. And with large guilds and
The fuck is your problem with leaderboards? I swear to God, I'm so angry at you. Like you were angry at the troll in that thread. It's leaderboards are just a number that you can watch and track. That's fucking it.
No, I understand.
Baby, people get lost in the sauce.
Who's gonna get lost? No one that you're playing with.
So
Because
you're
you kick
playing
them out.
with me, Dragon. You're playing with me, and I have me, Valor, and a stacked team.
Right.
And carry you. You get lost in the sauce, and you get the W.
Yeah, but then the next time you go for the W, you're gonna kick my ass out because I suck, or you kick my ass out because I suck in the midterm.
Dude, like we don't just boot you because you suck, man. Like you give you opportunity to grow, but at the same time, like that could be a possibility. That
What? Because I don't show up because my class can't get into a good KDA score? Is that what you're saying? Or
it's your garbage, so you would get carried throughout it.
So what difference does it make then, though? So like you think that the leaderboard itself is making me? Well, we're gonna wait for Lakes. You're talking to somebody there? Yeah, he is. Good thing it's the after show.
About to get serious.
Oh, waiting for him. This is a good thing. I don't have a beer. I need to get another beer.
Yeah, I ran out as well.
I guess what I'm saying is like the leaderboards in general, like some people can get lost in the mix. Like they may not be the best individual person, but their guild is good, and they're good at being a sheep. So I mean, I can see what people are saying a little bit when it comes to that aspect, but it's not. I was just throwing it out there, man. Like,
well, no, I mean, like, if people want to play just for certain leaderboards, more power to them. If they don't want to play for it, they get super serious and want to be good, and they don't give a shit about leaderboards, that's good because they'll be better players. I mean,
but that's why I like smaller groups. Like I like that idea
sure.
that you
So do I.
spat out is that you can only bring in 15. So you bring in 15 of your best, and now there's no excuse of anything.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
bring your 15 best people, and if you get dominated, then.
But let's go back to the
obviously
original, the heart of the point. How do you think leaderboards are going to affect you and with other player behavior? You think the people that you're playing with are going to just play and fuck up your experience because their game is going to suffer because they're going to go off on their own and do something so they get a higher point somewhere else? You think that's going to happen?
No, because I guess I'm on the page when I say leaderboards is strictly win-loss. I don't really care about anything else. Like you guys are talking about KDA and other stuff. And
I'm talking. I wish I never used the word leaderboard. I wish I used some kind of like metric system or ELO or scoring mechanism because I don't really give a shit about yes, ultimately your win-loss record should be like the crowning achievement. That should be the thing that you hang your hat on ultimately. But let's say a campaign could be, and don't get, am I just imagining things or remembering things wrong? These said campaigns could be 6 months long, right, Valor?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. They've
Okay,
thrown it all out there. It's a Todd response. Yeah. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna try a bunch of things. We'll see how it works. Okay.
But then here it is. Here's the thing, Lakes. What's the average length of time you play a single MMO? It's got to be less than a year, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that win-loss record is gonna be 1-0, and then you don't care anymore.
the last MMO that I played, what was it, Valor?
See, there it is. Valor, how long did you play Darkfall?
Darkfall I played for 2000.
Just give me a-
2010? About a
So
year and a half, 2 years?
Year and a half. So you might have had a 2-1 record, 3-0 record, 4-0 record.
Yeah, if we
Does that
assume
really
so,
actually
let's-
matter at this point? I mean, you have to wait so long to start building up a credible win-loss record that it's almost meaningless as a stat.
Yeah,
Overall.
the best that you could assume is that they could effectively start off with some shorter-term campaigns.
No, that's
and
dumb.
allow that to create a baseline
No.
for success.
Here's how you do it, because I played a MUD back in the 90s, and it was a PvP game.
Wait. So my
Hold
whole
on.
suggestion, based off of my experience over the past 10 years,
No.
you're gonna skip 20 years.
No,
back
because it's applicable.
as-
It's applicable.
Right,
Muds,
I
dude.
talk about
Anyway,
Guild One.
no,
Nate.
I'm curious.
Well,
Drake.
yeah,
I want
there
to
we
hear
go.
it. I want to hear it.
Well, no,
how do you
essentially,
plan to
it was a small game. There was probably about 50 people playing, so it's maybe 25 versus 25.
So I
people
bet
playing.
the leaderboards are really extensive.
Well, no,
You really
the
top 50.
And-
well,
like,
no, it was a
give-
top 10.
give-
There's a
give him
top 10 of
chance.
about maybe about 100 people at once, because there was probably, I would imagine there was anywhere between 100 and 200 actual players, but no more than 50 online at a time, because it was the 90s and everybody's playing with a 14.4K baud modem. But essentially, the way it worked was you had a top 10. And the top 10 was a combination of what you would call a gear score at this point, a combination of your PvP point, and at that point it was just a simple, how you get points based on how good the target you killed. So if you kill somebody that hasn't died a lot and they're high level, you get 50 points. If you kill somebody that's a scrub, you get 1 point. And then you take that combined with your overall record and a bunch of other things. It created a random, not a random number, but a number that meant something. So they defined a number by some kind of crazy-ass equation, and that's how you rank players. So how that goes to Crowfall, you could have the top 1,000 players or whatever. Everybody gets a rank based on your current gear, based on how good of a crafter you are, or how good of a gatherer, or whatever metric you could possibly think of in MMO. You could put that up there. So you can log in for the day and say, wow, player A is the top of the leaderboard. That's probably because he hasn't died in a while and he's got some of the best gear and all this other stuff. So now he's a target. Let's go get him, because he's probably got some fat loot that we need. And that creates a thing to go with it.
I want to say that I think that the majority of players are going to want some kind of metric system to rank themselves against everybody else. Let's try force competition. I don't think it can hurt anyway.
All right, so your mic.
Is he calling
is
from
really,
the moon? It's 1969.
It does sound.
It's a small
it does sound,
step
Bro,
for
it's-
man.
It does sound
Yeah,
like you're
sat
calling
phone.
via like a cell
Sat
phone. A sat phone. There you go. It's like you're on a cell phone access point. But he was saying something along the lines of rankings, letting people be able to compare themselves to other people, which I think is I think there's value in that. I mean, people like being able to say, yeah, I'm ranked 98th on whatever list. Hey, you made the top 100. Congratulations. And go ahead.
I think the majority of players are going to want that kind of metric system to show themselves that they're progressing in the game, they're doing better, and I don't think it can hurt at all.
It doesn't do anything because you're not tying rewards to
agree.
that number.
Agreed.
It's just a
100%.
thing.
And I couldn't get that point across to some of these people.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I thought Lakes was saying it though, because he was angry that he doesn't want that stuff in the game because it's going to force different player behavior that's going to screw him up. Was I not understanding you when you were saying that before?
No. So I think
I was
leaderboards
jumping down
are
your
there.
throat.
No. So there should be leaderboards. I just don't like stat tracks like KDA. Like that shit does not mean anything to me, at least. Like because I could play an entire game or an entire anything and have the worst KD ever and still win because I did my job.
You had the most influence
if
on the
my job
map.
is strictly there. Let's just say my class is strictly there to design to disrupt people. So I'm going to be a sacrificial lamb. I go in there with the minimum gear to kind of keep my power spikes at an even plane that I can craft at a readily available, time frame. And then I go in there and I consistently disrupt. I'm dying, but I'm holding people back and I'm slowing them up. That could be a tool, a tactic.
And you just
used.
die.
Right, and my KDA shit, but I won and I did my job effectively. So KDA, it doesn't really mean a whole
there's
lot.
a ton. I'm not saying this is an easy thing to do because this is probably one of the most difficult things you can do. It's very rarely do people get this right, and I can't. I'm thinking in my head, and I don't think any games really. I mean, you go back to Warhammer with their public quests and their contribution points to whatever. That shit was just broken and never really worked properly because it left out all the healers because the devs were stupid and didn't even think about that. But I mean, like even in a like let's say in a fight. If you can make a simple formula where Lakes, let's say you're the disruptor, you're just a meat shield with some CC on it. You're not killing anybody, you're not doing any damage, but you can easily calculate deaths over time to give you how long you were alive, and then you take the amount of damage that you took and you divide it by that number. There's a metric. You survived a very long time and you took a assload of damage, so there's a number for you to kind of track yourself with. So there's ways to do it, I think. Lakes, again, like most of the show, is not even paying attention to the stream at all.
No, I am.
You're like...
No, I am.
I mean, luckily this week's just like this.
Yar's bearded. So, like, that's one of my things. Like, I've just figured that out, and I haven't talked to this dude in a long time, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude, I had no idea. Like, I thought he was just, like, this biggest, like... fluffer ever, like, yo, bearded is the best thing ever, and to find out it's actually him, dude. Why'd you make it a separate account to try to fluff yourself?
Welcome to like a month ago, Lake.
Oh man, I've been trying to fish you so hard for so long, man.
But you never fished me. Like, I just thought you were a fluffer.
I'm trying to get under your skin, man. That's all I was trying to do.
Well, let's see, guys. I mean, I think we've just about made fun of everyone.
Yes.
I mean, that's usually the point where we say, "Hey, good show."
Yeah. We haven't mentioned Lakes actually has a new hat this week, which is nice.
Lake does actually have a new hat. Lake, give us a profile. So there you go.
There it is.
Is that camo?
I think that's camo.
It's multicam.
Multicam.
There it is. Sick. All right, boys. I think that does it for this week. I can now isolate that sound for Valor rapping. I forgot to mark which part of it was on.
It was about 20 minutes ago.
20 minutes ago. All right, we'll find it. All right, guys. We'll see everybody next week, Tuesday, 8:30 Eastern. Pay attention to us on Twitter. Follow all the stuff. Send in the emails to all the stuff, and follow us if you can. Your name pops up
all
on
the stuff.
The stuff. There we go. Catch you guys later.
Peace, guys.